that option specifically. And we saw that get so much mileage for Azreal in their winner set. And I'm really curious to see how it's going to work out for him in this set right here. Skarfelt losing to Azreal, obviously, and Azreal himself losing to
Afro Smash.
Afro Smash, exactly. Which was a very, very close game.
I believe 2 combat games coming out from Afro Smash in that instance.
Yep, sure. And I mean, that is kind of the name of the game versus Cloud. Once you do get that rage, it's going to be a lot easier to get him off stage. But even then, very nice composure by Afro Smash. But in this case, I'm looking at up air strings from both sides.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be one of the big parts of this game. No limit punish right there.
I definitely felt the finishing touch coming, but oh, that was so well done.
Very nice.
So hard to attack as well.
Yeah, it's active for so long, and it's jarring which hitbox is going to launch you out.
It's the most jarring thing. So limit cross slash is relatively easy to attack, right? It's all of the hits and then you attack. For neutral beat, there's like this little bit of delay between every single hit that just makes it that much more ambiguous to make it happen. However, in the end, what I'm most curious about is how is Skarfelt going to close his stock. Once again, we see that ledge trapping of his being so clutch, and there's actually Azreal landed there, and he's
very nice.
He got limit,
not
barely whiffing there.
Another thing that's kind of jarring about the Limit Blade Beam, going back to before as well, is that unlike Limit Cross Slash, which has that nice zoom in, which allows you to properly react and time stuff based on that long hit lag, Limit Blade Beam doesn't have that.
It just happens. Before you know it, it's done. And the full Cross Slash is going to be a big convert. I'm feeling it, but Azreal, nice tech right there, and Skarfelt just a little bit off on the pressure, still gets the up air string bow, and that down air dismantling all of Skarfelt's pressure. Look at that, once again the down
shield.
Yeah, and once again the down air into the up air, gonna send him flying. Even on Battlefield, not gonna help you there, Skarfelt. And Azreal taking the early lead once again, throwing out a lot of down airs, which is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, Fox kind of lacking a sort of disjointed anti-air to contest that down air. Yep. You know, he doesn't have something like a sword that maybe Corrin would have, or even Charizard with his wings, being able to properly anti-air versus that down air. Fox has to more work around that, and that's kind of difficult with this character's airspeed. You know, he's not that fast in the air, and so he has to be really careful with where he places his jumps.
It's not just the airspeed. The back air is kind of awkward at beating a character's a down air like Cloud's, especially considering Cloud's airspeed.
Yes.
And then alternatively, he would get like a forward air, which is not that great of a reward, or an air, which is much the same as forward air in terms of reward. It's just not that great. So yeah, down air just a strong tool for Cloud. And
whoa! Good DI away so that he didn't get the meteor hitbox.
Skarfelt so on point with that up smash, but barely getting power shielded, but immediately back on the pressure.
Yeah, that was an incredibly dominant stock. Even the mistakes aside, Skarfelt had complete control throughout that entire stock.
Look at that, Azreal so confident, running up, grabbing him by the ledge, throwing him off stage, but the blade beam not going to connect. And what I really want to see Azreal use is something that Matty G does a lot, is run off jump backs up air. That's going to catch. Wow! Are you kidding me, Azreal? Just raw calling out the shield drop right there. No hesitation. No hesitation whatsoever.
The utmost confidence even working at that deficit. That was such an incredible play from Azreal. These stocks from both players are just exploding.
Yeah, for sure. And look at that. All the platform tech chases in the world, and the 50-50 gas ride by Azreal, using that down air out of shield once again and landing back on the platform with the down tilt pressure and all these up airs that are doing 12% each, something like that. And look at that auto cancel down air. That would have been the stock that Azreal was expecting it to hit, but he wasn't quite ready. He wasn't quite ready. Twice in a row, down air out of shield, not gonna find his mark, and he saw the roll coming. He even turned around.
Oh, that down smash.
Azreal, you're breaking my heart.
Oh,
you're breaking my heart. I saw him have the right idea like 4 times in a row there, but he just wasn't quite with it. And that's so important. it's so important to trust your read, and it's so weird to me. So after that confident down smash, for him to just not trust his reads like that, it must have been Skarfelt throwing off his rhythm by throwing out the options he was expecting a little bit later than expected. You know what I mean? So he's predicting the roll, and as soon as he thinks, all right, it's not gonna happen, Skarfelt rolls.
Yeah, in addition to that, just Skarfelt, he's always just playing incredibly fast.
Yep.
And so, in that situation, after that confident read from Azreal, he was probably expecting him to try to slow down his gameplay, but that simply didn't happen.
Yep, for sure. And that down air once again coming in clutch. That's 15% per down air.
That was a really, really smart up air from Skarfelt right there. He knew that that down air was coming, and so he answered before it even came out.
Now they're gonna push Azreal off stage, gonna go to the ledge. Use that jump, use that airspeed to try to get some foothold, but Skarfelt, nice footstool, forcing him to use the limit. Ooh, is that it? It's not. Good DI
once again.
Back air, very well found. No, oh, playing with fire there, Skarfelt. Azreal once again not ready for it. Side B, 1-2.
Alright, that's something that Azreal likes to do. He knows that high percent, of course, regular cross slash isn't all that reliable, and so he opts for the jump read back to catch with that up air.
And the reason for that is that a lot of players like to SDI to cross slash and jump out. And when you're SDIing cross slash, you're SDIing into cloud.
Yep.
So he jumped back with the up air, trying to catch a forward jump. So
that's exactly what he caught me with when we were playing friendlies earlier.
Nice jab combination by Skarfelt there, but Azreal is going to fall out. However, not quite out of the blender yet. Skarfelt keeps going, gets the double jump, but not quite the punish. And that is so rough about Cloud. Not only does he have a disjoint, he has the best airspeed in the game as well when he does have that limit. So catching him in the air is going to be a really, really rough ordeal, even when you have the lasting aerials that Fox does. Ooh, nice stack. Ooh, the down air once again getting Azreal out of that situation. Once again, the down air getting him out of that situation. The up tilt, poor DI, but makes it out of the 50-50 alive. And this is starting to get scary for Skarfelt. That's a there it is! Touch! Azreal! Financial Times!
And it was literally just those instances where he was a little bit too early on his shield drops. He was dropping shield at just the wrong time, misspacing himself just about, so he kept getting clipped by those down airs over and over and over again.
It's so rough to balance keeping up your own pace and responding to your opponent's pace in a matchup like this where both characters have insanely strong offensive options. And in this situation, Azreal could just, he was the one, it was his turn, right? He was the one who could decide the pace. And Skarfelt tried to strong arm his own, he tried to force his will upon his opponent, and his opponent was just the one who had the better situation there. So overall, just bad judgment calls by Skarfelt, but he has to make those calls sometimes to break out of the opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in matchups like this where it can be kind of difficult, you really need to make those hard calls in order to get somewhere.
Look at that, the grab on the landing immediately, and the limit is on deck, and once again Skarfelt getting away with the side B on stage, and once again Azreal air dodging a 50-50. I'm thinking Skarfelt might be catching on to those air dodges soon. Look at that. Once again air dodging out of the 50-50. You saw that? Yep. That is going to be a big point of contention in this set. Skarfelt SDIing full down, but not making it out of that limit cross slash quite yet. Oh. That was awkward.
Now what I'd like to see, Fox does have a jab that's fast enough to be able to catch the falling RB after power shield. So I'd like to see John T try to go for that. Skarfelt tried to go for that.
Oh, cancel! Into the limit cross slash, and there's nothing left of Skarfelt. Gets limit cross slash twice in the exact same way. And Azreal just with an explosive final game.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be frustrating for Skarfelt, being double eliminated by the same player after making it so far, after beating the current #1 in England.